All right, so today's video, we are watching a Masters 5 support on PC playing Illari. You don't see too many Illari VODs, and they say, this was it. This was the game that broke my 13-game win streak. I know the following may sound like ego, but I promise it's not. I have been on an absolute tear lately in ranked, as mainly an Illari one-trick. I have a 75% win rate, being 28-10 this season. That's a pretty good win rate. The problem is, I don't know why. Every time I try another character, odds are I just lose. I've definitely practiced Illari and worked on my fundamentals, but I kind of feel like this streak in win rate is undeserved. As for my gameplay this match, I still felt I performed decent. First half was a good hold, and the team worked well together. Second half was noticeably harder. I didn't feel like I had time to get on many off angles, and most of my team kept forcing main. Second point, save Torb, who angled with me every now and then. Admittedly, I did get inside my head a bit at the end, and the enemy cast exacted his blood toll as a result. Other than correcting some mechanical failures that you can see, what could I have done differently to not lose the win streak? And is it even worth continuing with this character? Was it all a fluke? Just so I can understand this very, very quickly here. You won 13 games in a row, and you've now are asking if you should just, that's it, you're done with this character. I hate to break it to you. You could have gone 8-7, 8-6, and I would have been like, or 8-5. We'll go with that just to do the exact amount of games. I would have been like, that's pretty good. That's damn good. Good job. So I think you could still win. Very much so, yes. It's a win streak like that is more of the outlier than you going 8-5. So you're fine. But they don't know why? Oh, no, I know they don't know why, which we're going to watch. I'm just saying it's okay to lose occasionally. We'll see. There you go. Love in the starter position. Chad, this is what we mean by angles, okay? This is whenever we talk about angles, this is good. I'll show you why. Look where everybody is. Everybody's spread out here, right? If you're an enemy, you have to worry about up here. You have to worry about here. You have to worry about here. 3 different angles being played. Technically, if you wanted to get wild, you could have somebody up here or here to add another angle. This is tough to play against, right? For the attacking team, the first thing you need to do is go take this high ground. If you don't, unless the teammates get rolled here, which it could happen, right? But you're going to be fine. You're in a good spot. And then all you do is rotate this way, and you're back to your team. So we'll see. Yep. So far, so good. Not straying away from your spot. Having a safe Illari pylon that can heal both you and your teammate. So far, I don't have anything bad to say about the setup so far. Now you can boop them away, which is exactly what I think you're doing. Yep. They didn't take it right away and you got confused. I would have... Honestly, I get it. You can always go back up on high ground. There you go. Good job. Genji killed your pylon, but had to kind of earn that pylon kill. Now you hear the Genji rotated. So far, so good. Yeah, I don't have an issue. I think you've done mostly everything right there. They slipped outside of obviously falling off the high ground there, but I've done the exact same thing, so. And that was just more to readjust because you heard the Genji. Pylon's out. Other team has done a good job of maintaining the map control. This is what I talked about earlier. I love that we're now seeing Symmetra's teleport strategies more and more in rank now. After OWCS, there's the kill. Get back to your team. Good job. Going to, yeah. So far, clean for the most part. Rotations have been a little bit off, but like no rotation is going to be really perfect because everybody plays it differently. TP's dead. Remember, there's 2 behind you, so make sure your pylon is fine. We'll see. You can put your pylon up a little bit if you wanted to for a second. I think eventually they'll... I guess not. You're good. They just went back to spawn doors. Wonderful. So far, I don't really have too much to say. Which I think is a good thing. Okay. Yep. Okay. First thing to say. You can't take the high ground by yourself. It needs to be well-timed with your teammates. Let me give you an example. You have a Venture who can go onto the map and they can't do anything too. Why not wait for your Venture? I know your Venture just made it there now, but imagine waiting on your Venture completely to be able to go in here and get these free kills. Way better. You went ahead of yourself there. You just played too quick. That's it. Just wait an extra second for your teammate, and that's great. Up until that moment, you were playing just fine. But in that situation, it felt like you just isolated yourself and basically gave them a free kill. Yep.
They're taking the point.
You said if they were facing a tank up there, they would have won that? Oh, yeah, I think the tank would have ran away. If I was a tank against the support there, I'm piecing. I know I can't win that 1v1. You kidding me? That's obviously a meme, you know. Tank should win that most of the time, but supports are getting a lot closer in those matchups. Yeah, I mean, now your team is just staggering. This is one of those, you're stuck in the mud. I mean, look at that. You have 2 teammates to your left. Yeah, that was just you were stuck. You couldn't go anywhere. Good play by the other team. You know, that all stemmed from your play earlier, so, yep. Okay. It's okay that you lost first point. This is okay. It's very common to lose first point on maps. Pylon location is fine. Wait on your team. Let's not stagger. Let's wait on your team. There you go. Wait on your team. Oh, that's a nano. Now go up in the air with your ult. Yeah, again, I'm not upset with this. Yeah, I mean, I still am not upset with that, though. I felt like you did everything. So, explain to people why I don't mind that play. Some of the discussion will be like, well, yeah, but your teammates can't follow up. Your teammates can't follow up. Yeah? Well, could their teammates follow up to the Doom ult? No. The Doom, what happened there was the Doom went in with an ult. You immediately popped your ultimate decisively because you knew there were people there. You pop your ultimate on their team. They pop a sim wall. I mean, they're Doom with an ult. I think it was a nano. Now I remember. They nanoed the Doom. Sorry, I got so lost. They nanoed the Doom, so that was a good play that you went when the Doom fist punched in. So, they nanoed the Doom. Your immediate reaction to not get punched or get killed by them was to immediately pop your ultimate. That is the correct play. They pop the sim wall. You can't follow up on the team, but nobody can help the Doom fist. The Doom fist falls over. You win the team fight. Basically, the point is not every ultimate is going to lead to 100 kills. Not every, a limb is going to lead, not every ultimate is going to lead to a bunch of stuff. This actually ended up playing in your favor. They couldn't push up to help the Doom fist. If they push any closer, you get the kills. I was fine with that whole sequence. Again, obviously, you would love to follow up and get 5 kills, but it worked. It worked, right? Plus, you also have to deal with, cleanse sometimes, so yeah, it's fine. All right, pylon's out. Might have to readjust that pylon to the pipes right in front of you just to be a little bit safer. That could be killed a little bit easier. I don't mind you taking this angle. We talked about off angles earlier. This is fine. Unfortunately, your Moira got slept there. You're stuck here. I would just, go back to your teammates. Your Venture can kind of deal with whatever there. If your Venture goes down, your Venture goes down. There's something they can do about that. Pylon, that's a great pylon spot. Heals your Torb. Can't be killed unless they go right side, which means I think you want to protect that angle more now, though. Yeah. See the Cassidy over there? At a certain point, you want to protect that angle more so that way, your Doom. Okay. I think that this is a slight mistake by you here. I think what you would want to do is actually control this high ground here with the help of your Torb. I know there's a Cassidy here, but you could technically play the mini and still get healed by the pylon here and force them in a bad spot. So at a certain point, you just don't be afraid of maintaining this. And then you can also rotate through here if you need to before the Cassidy even gets anything done. I think you actually could have just survived this, kept the angle. Now you've lost contain of that angle and you have a Cassidy right here. We'll see what happens next, but yeah. You still might just win this, but yeah, anyway. I just wanted to show you it's okay to maintain that angle. Yep. All right, back on the high. Again, this is the chat. This is correct. Looking for damage, taking angles. The only way you don't take this peak is if they have a Widow or a Hanzo or something, Something that can one-shot you. You're doing everything right. Your pylons have been unkillable. When you do move your pylons, you're moving them to a unkillable spot. So far, again, I think this has been a solid game. And this is also probably why you've been winning. You're playing just a solid Illari. It's not... I mean, even there, you didn't, you waited a second on the Reaper for your teammate to be within range of you. Again, I think that's great. Pylon up there, it's risky, but you have to use a pylon there to keep your teammates alive. They're going to kill it. Yeah, that's fine. Close to your ult. New pylon's up. This should heal your teammates to full. I'm watching the kill feed. You can ult this. You can ult. Yep. If you're wondering, you can ult this, but to your left. I hear one. Yep. Correct play. Okay, just to kind of... So, just so I understand this correctly, you were thinking about not playing this character after winning 13 games in a row? I feel like you're... Am I wrong? Or this seems like a fine Illari gameplay. It's Masters 5. This seems fine. This is normal. You're taking angles. You're putting pylons in good spots. You're using your ultimate aggressively. Oh, you don't like the Reaper teleport in 3 feet? That's my favorite. This seems fine. I'm not seeing anything Now, again, you did say your attack was a bit more of a struggle because you couldn't get your angle, so maybe it's on your attack where things get really wild. I can see that. So,
Meteor strike.
Here you go. Using the shield. Shield's broken there. You survive. You're healing your teammate. Pylon's in a spot. You might need to put your pylon up. I mean, again, that's exactly what you need to do there. Pylon's up. Torb holds there, and you win the first half here by holding. So good job. I mean, real talk. Like, I think this has been a solid play. You said maybe they want to expand it. Well, I mean, that is probably some part of it, but like at the same time, I think the question was posed more as like, oh, I lost the game. Do I just give up now? Type of thing. And I just don't think that's quite where I would aim that one. I don't know. We'll see. No, I agree. I think this is great. Ayari gameplay thus far. I'm not even mad. All right, Matt. Monster, thanks for the 18 months of the tier 1. Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, let's see how your attack goes, though. Because attack definitely is a little bit harder to set up on Ayari.
Emongg PLS, 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 Emongg PLS.
Heck yeah. Thank you for the 18 months. So yeah, let's talk about this because you said it was hard to take angles. Can I ask you a question here? Why aren't you just going to the same spot you started with on defense? No one's up there. No one's battling for that spot right now. Why not go up there? Here, you ready? Put your pylon there right now. Rotate up the stairs. Go this way. Go out the window. Rotate up. Start poking away at the Torb turret. Put a turret down here. Eventually move up, and now you have an angle. And now you can eventually just go up here and take the map with your team. You don't have to go here. You're fine. Your Moira will be with the team anyway. So just go that way. Maybe you're looking to go that way, and eventually that's what you do. But yeah, just wanted to show that. Like you said, you couldn't get angles. I already see an opportunity for an angle, and you're not taking it. So. Nope. You don't want to be in that room with your Sigma at that point. Because your Moira can deal with that. In fact, your Moira has better position than you right now. You set up for that spot. Not to heal your teammates, but like, yeah, that's it. Okay. Because you said it was hard to find angles. I just don't think you're looking for one. Like you stayed at the choke. You want to go top right. No one's playing there now. Now, I could understand if they had 5 people contesting it, but go take it. I'm telling you, once you get to that angle, it's going to change the whole map. You're going to go work. Have a good rest of your day, Melodic. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Okay, now you're taking the low ground angle. Still the same concept. They're looking at you. Your teammates have space now. See? I want to point this out, by the way. This is why angles are so important. The moment that you took the angle here and they saw that you were there, they started to like separate. Remember when it was just everybody was stacked in one room and nothing was happening? Well, guess what? Now that you took an angle here with your Torb, right? Look at them. They're all backing up now. I know your Moira. Oh, hey, Torb. Look at everybody. They're all backed up. Your Sigma has space now. You created space for your tank. Sometimes it goes that way. By the way, chat, you ready for this? You always hear about your tank needing to create space. Believe it or not, you can create space for your tank on support or DPS by taking angles, by taking more map control, right? Because like I think everybody expects their tank just to take space with all 5 people looking at them. It can work that way sometimes. You need a lot of things happening at once. So if you go take an angle, now your tank gets more space, and then your tank will move up, and then it'll create space for you, and it's kind of like everything works together, right? When is it better to take an angle solo versus as a pair? I mean, truthfully, and this could just be a difference of opinion, I think with a Yari, you would prefer to be by yourself. Because, how do I explain it? You just kind of want the pylon to heal you. Now, you go, well, yeah, like in pro play, angles are taken a lot. Yeah. What hero usually takes the angles with people, chat? There's 2 heroes that I can think of that you would want to take angles with consistently. On support, what heroes do you think those are? Someone said Kiriko. I agree. Kiriko has the ability to escape out and get to the teammate. Who's the other one? This is key man. We're talking about supports. There you go. Chat figured it out. Lucio. Lucio is quite commonly used in off angles in pro play. So what you do is you run around the map with your Lucio, and you have your Lucio kind of like speed boost you around, heal when need be, and then just do that. BAP, I think, again, I could be wrong, but I think BAP is still better suited as an off angle solo. Same with Ana. So here's the thing. The reason why angles are so strong is because I'm trying to think of a way to explain this. So basically, if I'm Sigma, for example, all right, and there's an Ayari in front of me. If I shoot at the Ayari, while I'm going to be able to maybe kill the Ayari, if there's an unkillable pylon, the Ayari's probably going to be fine. Now let's go to the flip side of this. If there's a Torb and an Ayari on an off angle, now I can throw my shield. I'm doing a ton of damage to both of them. The pylon won't be able to keep up, and now they have to back up. Same with BAP. I can force out cooldowns when there's multiple people there because you have more to worry about. So sometimes like you take an angle by yourself to not have to worry about some of the little things like that, right? Zenyatta is good for off angles, but again, we're talking about the heroes that you would want to go with another like person, right? Like you want to go with another person. I would say that Kiriko and Lucio are the two heroes that you see do that. That's why, and that is why you do see a lot of Kiriko Lucio. Lucio speed boosts a teammate around, gets you from spot to spot. Kiriko can TP back and forth and can leave you at that angle all alone once you're set. Right? The other heroes get a little bit more static in that sense. I hope that's making sense. And maybe I can do a better job of breaking it down in the future, but the idea of angles is to minimize the amount of damage that's going out to a core of a team, right? If I'm Sigma, you're going to fall over a lot damage-wise. Now, if you're Queen, maybe a different story, right? Maybe it's hero by hero. Anyway, hope that's helpful information. So with the space created, they ult back in. Good reaction out on the Wu Yang ult. Good play. Johnny, thanks for the 4 months of the Prime stuff. Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks. All right, still waiting. And AO, thank you for the Prime stuff also. Thanks, appreciate it. That your Sigma was gonna aggro. Like, there's nothing you can do there. And I think honestly, your Sigma played that fine too. When I say fine for the Sigma, by the way, you prefer to keep the map control by surviving there. So I think if you're Sigma in that situation, you would want to back up. But like, I also get creating space when you don't have the point yet. Then unironically, you love taking off angle as a Mercy and pulling out the Glock. Hey, that works. It works. Good ultimate there. That's gonna do a good amount of damage. Force out a cooldown. Maybe get a couple kills. Good job. Move him away. Feel like you're... Okay, kill the Torp turret, please. Yeah, you can't leave a Torp turret there for that long. Just want to point that out. Like, that got a little bit more value than it should have. Got to give credit to their supports. Their supports have had really good ultimates. What rank is this? Masters. I got to admit, their supports have had really good ult usage when need be. Yeah. Okay. This is the hardest part to take an angle, by the way, chat. This part of the map of King's Row is where angles, they're much harder to do. So you have two options for angles. It's either go high ground all the way. I knew the Cassidy was going to flank it. You're going to hear him, but... Or go the way the Cassidy came from. If you go the way the Cassidy came from, I want you to think of this as a hide-and-seek spot more than it is a stay-there spot. All you need to do is get that angle, shoot at them a few times, and run away, and then never show yourself there again for another, like, 15 seconds. That's all you gotta do. Yep. If you're going this way, this is correct. Yeah. Now shoot at them. Shoot at them. Have them know you're here. Good step. They don't know you're here. You can start to go forward, but I want you to use your sound to... Yep. Twice I've heard that Cassidy. Twice you've gotten killed by the Cassidy. First time, I was okay with that. Second time, like, do you remember what I said earlier about you don't want to be there for too long? That's why you don't want to be there for too long. Yep. So right idea, but you stayed there for too long. Like, yeah. Even then, say they can't hear the Cassidy there, expect somebody to come there and go for you. If they don't, great. If they do, you got to be out of there before they even have a chance. So, good yep, rock, and good kill by your Torb. 3v3. You picked your perk. Perks seem fine. Yep. That's fair, Myth. That's fair, Myth. So to what you just said, by the way, on that one, Night Myth, I think that will go back to applying the idea of like that spot is a be there for a couple seconds and then leave. So let's say you're not able to hear the sound in game or things like that, or your headset, or you're playing on a TV and the speakers don't, all that. Then I think that was where you would just apply the I'm going to be here for 3 seconds. That's my window, and I'm getting out because then you're fine. Then you can always play it that way. There is a safe way to play that. If for some reason you're not able to do that, which is totally understandable. You gotta have that internal clock of like, okay, it's been 2, 3. You can probably maximize to 5 seconds, but get out of there before that. Because someone will go for you, and if they don't, I think your space creation will be good enough. So, yep. Believe it or not, their pylon position has been one of their strengths. I think what's happened on attack is they've started to try to make it work too much, and are trying to like force a couple plays, and I think that's led to bad pylons or pylons that get extended for too long. But believe it or not, on defense, it was almost next to perfect pylon placement, and it's been okay on attack, just not perfect. So you want to ult this? Yep, I'm okay with this. Totally okay. It's recommended to hit the shots there after your ult. In the end there, I think you just lost that team fight because of a good play by their Cassidy. Okay, I'm not entirely... Okay, so this is a weird spot because I would normally say don't stagger, but I think you need to worry about the rest of the map here. Your teammate just got a kill onto the Cassidy. I want to see you try to put a little bit more pressure on their Ana and their Wuyang here just for an extra like 3 or 4 seconds because I think you can get another kill here. All right? So if my mindset here was, okay, I need to reset and get back on my team, the moment I see that kill or hear the kill on the Cassidy, I'm going to try to put more pressure because the rest of their team is a little bit out of position. So if I'm able to have maybe, I don't know, I'm looking at the kills here. Just Moira alive. Scratch that. You're fine. I guess you can catch the wave. I don't know. I think I would have stayed here. This is one of those 50-50 ones. It's up for interpretation on how you would play this. I just think you have the opportunity to distract them a little bit longer without staggering too hard. I don't know. That's a tough one. I'll let you make the decision. It's fine. I just feel like they would, if they're playing so far up, then that queen would fall over on their team, and then, yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I would have shot at them at least. You know? I guess that's a better way to put it. Basically, actually, I have a better way to put it. You can reset without just standing there. How about that? Like, in that situation, you're still going to get reset, but why not go for the kill? Maybe you pick up a kill there, or they force a cooldown that leads to a better result later on. All right, there you go. Remember, they can hear you. The Cassidy directly above you. Literally could not be more directly above you than you are. That's on you. I mean, listen, you can talk about taking angles all day long and how, I finally lost the game after 13 games. Should I stop playing Illari, etc.? No. First of all, your Illari's been fine, but if you're going to do things like that, you're going to get rolled. I mean, Cassidy was up there. Even without sound there, clear as day. All right? Clear as day up there. You knew the Cassidy was there. So what'd you do? You just stayed there and you shot. Was the Cassidy going to forget about you? That Cassidy has proven they will go for you. So right there, this one's on you. And in that, this is at a very crucial part of the game. 23 seconds on the clock, you're not going to be up back on until overtime starts. You're going to spawn at like probably what, like 12 seconds, right? But then you have to run back, right? You have to run back. You have to get back to the point. And here you are. The game's over. Yep. The game's over. So let's talk about this. Did you play pretty well? Yeah, for the most part. I'd say you played fairly decent. But like, if you need me to tell you here that you played Illari just fine and you should continue to play Illari, the answer is yeah, you can keep playing Illari. I felt like for the overall general gameplay that I saw, you played just fine. If you're asking, should you expand your hero pool if need be? Of course. I mean, it's always nice to have secondary heroes. I think a good example of this is Illari can't necessarily main heal because you'll just run out of resources. You can get good burst heal initially, but you're going to eventually run out of resources. So let's say you get into a game where it's Illari Lucio. If you're asking me, is there a world where maybe you learn, I don't know, you like Illari BAP? Then yeah, go for it. Because now you have a hero that can heal well, but still have a similar play style. So that part I can answer. But this one just felt like you did really good on defense, on attack. You tried to force the angles. And then when you force the angles, you didn't think about the next step. So for future reference, yes, attacking as Illari is more difficult. It is still possible to gain and control angles, but you need to have that internal timer of like 5 seconds max. And then get out of there. Because you would have distracted Cassidy, you would have been back in time, and you would have created that space. But I think you just kind of ended up outplaying yourself at times. And in the most crucial moment where your teammate could have won with just a Moira ultimate, you went up there and you just got rolled. And I think that was a preventable play. So I would say continue to play some Illari. I would say you're doing just fine. I would say, I don't know, a lot of the question was, do you deserve to be in this ranked? Was it, did anybody else... I personally did not see an issue with you in this Masters lobby. I felt like you kept up just fine. At no point did I say, yeah, I can see what you're saying. You know, maybe you need to take a little bit more time in Diamond or Plat. I felt like you were just fine in this Masters lobby. So don't sit there and just stop playing Illari because you lost one game after winning 13 in a row. you're going to lose games. In fact, you could lose a second game in a row and you would still be fine. All right? Stop forcing the angles. Get that internal timer going a little bit more on when you need to back out of a situation. On attack, look for the angles more on the first point. I felt like you'd done that. You know what's the problem here? You get the idea of angles, you're just not doing the timings right, and you need to fix that. If you do that, you're going to be just fine. And if you want to pick up a hero, a BAP would be a good suggestion. You got this? You absolutely got this. Like the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't, leave a comment, all that helps. Want to submit one of these? My Discord's where you do that, and we're going to have another video pop up right now. You're going to see the little box there. Click it. It's a good one. Hope you have an amazing day / night.